My name is Biobaku Odubela.
Biobaku, what does that mean?
Biobaku is, if this one doesn't die, it will become somebody tomorrow.
Biobaku
Odubela.
Odubela.
Biobaku Adomo. If this didn't die, it will return to somebody.
And where are you from?
I'm from Ogun.
So you're saying, how did it start dyeing here?
You see, in Nigeria, dyeing started after the abolition of slave trade. That was in 1865 or 66.
Okay.
When the slave trade were released from Western world, like US, between Caribbeans, Brazil, they were freed. When they were coming home, some of them, you see, the dyeing. And when they settled, they first settled in Sierra Leone. In Sierra Leone, they started the business here. Some come to settle back in Abeokuta. Abeokuta started very early in the 18. That will be about 1870, 1890. My grandmother too were using black indigo, the pot holding this dyeing. The problem in that is that it has a long procedure of doing. The Malians came in later, in the 1960, 64. Some of them were immigrants. They settled at Agbola Animation, where my grandmother was.
Agbola what?
Animation in Lagos.
Okay.
So they joined my grandmother in the dyeing procedure. That was the Yoruba Adire.
Right.
Which is different from what we are doing today. What we are doing today was copied from the British or America or the European continent. This is the English procedure which we use the bad dye. In those days there were nothing like hydrosulfide or soda. So
in the olden days, how would they?
They were using ash, soda, ash, salt. It takes a long time before they can dye 5 or 10 years. They use other African natural dye, vegetable dye, like leaf, wood, charcoal, beat together, keep, ferment. You see, when the fermentation gets a very bad odor, nowadays people will not accept you in a compound. You open a smell fermentation mixture of chemical.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So you said what we're doing today is you mentioned Adire and you mentioned Eleko. What are the differences? What are those? Like, can you explain what Adire is? Can you explain what Eleko is, and how is that different from tie and dye?
Exactly the same. Eleko, in those days, it was prepared with our lafu, which is exactly like starch.
Okay.
The modern ways of preparing Eleko now, we use starch or flour to cook up, so that you see, Eleko is something gum fast, something that can gums a material which you can produce a design on it.
Got it.
We have net transfer. In the Yoruba kingdom, we prepare plates. These plates are printing plates where they cut designs and place. We have like the Badondun. Your grandmother or great-grandmother may have those type of materials.
Yeah.
When they put it on, you will see that the indigo blue they use in those days, it damaged some of the white undies you wear.
Really?
Really.
So in terms of design, what's your specialty? Like, what do you love to do, design-wise?
You see, there is no aspect of the design I don't like. You see, it is the market and the order. You see, like tie and dye, it takes a long time before you can stitch 5 years.
Yeah.
And people could not afford to buy the market. Nowadays, what we see is much cheaper is like batik, which has been long time in market. Tie and dye is very costly, but people could not afford. So I prefer doing batik because it's much faster, and I will get my money.
It sells quicker.
It sells quicker,
right?
And cheaper than tie and dye.
And batik essentially is you dip either a freehand or you dip a stencil in candle wax.
You see,
or what is that?
You see, when we started batik, or when it was discovered by the Egyptians and other in the history, they started with stencils. You see, stencil was the olden days where you draw and transfer. It takes a long time if you are using stencil. Yeah, you see, not to stamp. The stencil is you draw, you transfer it with a pencil or chalk to the material before you trace. But the freehand, you know the aspect of the drawing you want. This is the drawing you want. It's okay. You go straight forward as a professional. Where we use stamps is to make it fast. It's from the stamp method where we cut the stencils into rubber stamps. So you get it more quicker than freehand. Nowadays, if you want to order freehand from people, they like to dodge it off. Like me, I would like to dodge it off.
Why?
Why? Because a 5 years may take you the whole 2 days or a day.
Why?
You see, it's not something faster like using a stamp.
Oh, like the stencil. Right. Right, because you're actually creating and drawing out the design by hand.
By hand.